do avoid that. Oh well.
Gotta go. Gotta go. You can tell I'm taking this car thing seriously now, though.
Say again?
I said you can tell I'm
Okay, here's your glorious bag of goodies.
Steve Harrison. You're Steve Harrison. Hey.
Oh, there's a whole lot of them down there.
How you doing?
Good morning.
That's what I had.
Good job.
Oh well, you
helped.
I'm Bob Waldeck. Our company is Ratco. Primarily, we build replacement frames for all the Triumph models. There's one back behind me there. And then we do some performance additions. We do uprated sway bars. We do tube shock conversions. We do some logo signs, car silhouettes, and then we do steering wheels. So this is basically a brand new replacement for a TR6 steering wheel. Bolts right on the original hub, so you don't have to buy a new hub for it. So it's more cost effective. It's also an inch smaller, and it has an 1.25 inch diameter steering wheel, so it's more comfortable on the grip. If you have an older TR, or actually any model British car, we can do something like this, where we cut it down. This is a 14-inch wheel, original hub. We sandblast and powder coat the hub, polish the spokes, put a new rim on it. And then we do some other things. We do an upgraded disc brake kit for the TRs, and we're now offering a steel trailing arm, which is much stronger than the original trailing arm.
So what do you do here?
Well, I started this business, let's see, in the early 70s. I was in my backyard buying and taking MGs apart and fixing them and kind of rub two sticks together, and next thing you know, my wife says, you know, that would make a business, and British Miles was born. But I had done it as an avocation and a hobby. Bought my first MG in 1973, still have it. And we have 5.5 acre British only salvage site in southeastern Pennsylvania. Not that I'm proud of it, you know, probably 1,500 or more cars. I've been accused of by some of the guys being Jeffrey Dahmer of sports cars, but I try to remind them that, you know, for everyone that is not repairable and it's wrecked and underwater and rusted beyond repair, many more are saved. In the early 80s, when the dealers went out, I had a guy computerize all the names and addresses of all the dealers throughout North America. We had thousands of dealers listed, and we sent them all bright pink postcards with a fella putting up a billboard with a beret and a brush mustache, and the billboard said, wanted, you know, new old stock, British Leyland, Triumph MG, Jaguar parts, Austin Healey parts. And that's how the business really got started, because I bought over 50 factory dealer inventories as they closed their doors. And back then you could buy the stuff, you know, they almost didn't even give it to you, but you could buy it for 15, 20 cents and $1. And those parts today, of course, are invaluable.
Yeah, so Bob's the kind, and I'm on the mailing, so I've been to a few of the things. And one of my buddy Mel showed us.
It is very comfortable.
So it's a 1959 Morris Minor, and this I came across during a conversation with my fiance because my grandpa had one of those. So I'm like, oh, let me look online, and this is the very first car came up. And a year ago I bought it, just drove 5 hours and bought it, and I'm in love with this. It's like in perfect condition, and I drive it regularly. I put a lot of miles on it. So it has a 1000 cc engine. The restoration was done in the 90s, and a collector bought it, and he's a car enthusiast, and he has multiple of these Morris Minors, and I bought it from him, and we are still in contact every day. Like, we message back and forth, and he's like so interested about this car. He's like always checking up on it. The previous owner gave me a setup.
Yeah, it's like $600 at the old place.
They kept it in storage so long, that's what did all the damage to it.
Well, I'm on my way. Careful or you'll hurt yourself.
Oh, this is a 1956 Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud 1, the first of the series of 3. It has a inline-6 engine in it, the General Motors Hydromatic transmission. The car only has 34,000 miles on it, and it gets 9 miles per gallon on leaded gasoline going downhill. And it has all original leather, original carpet. We did repaint the car because it was silver and gold. Now it's all white.
And how long have you been attending Britain on the Green?
Since the very beginning, over a quarter of a century. I've exhibited 12 Rolls Royces and Bentleys, and I think 9 Jaguars.
Another beautiful day at Britain on the Green. I've been playing with cars for my entire life. I'm 70 years old. I've been driving a GT for 45 years. Doesn't get any better. I've been able to do this for a living for about the last 20. Classic Car Solutions was started by me and Dave Harmon about 10 years ago. We make house calls. We specialize in cars in boxes and stalled projects, of which there's many. Trick is, support the hobby. There's plenty of stuff out there. Parts are readily available. Enjoy it. Drive them. Drive them every chance you get. That's the deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really a body shop first and foremost. They send the engine to that.
Too many cars. They go 29 to 70. I even said, you know, sometimes I'm going 270 up.
My name's Ed Moss, and this car I bought in 1977, 3 years old when at that time. I've had it, didn't look like this, but ended up, over time, I was able to bring it back. I've run everywhere with it, up to about 300 miles, and did a lot of mall scavenging hunting with it, and it's been a blessing. My wife and I enjoy it, especially when we're going over the Bay Bridge. And I've been over there at least 10 times, but we love this midget, and it's part of the family, and I named it after my father, H.L. Moss, and so that's what I call him, H.L. So thanks for looking at my car.
I don't, well, you're a little bit younger. No.
He said, "Son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it sounded sweet, and I knew it complete. When I wore a younger man's clothes. Oh,
This is my 1973 MGB GT V8. It's one of 2,591 factory V8s. So in '73, the Leyland Group decided with their new all aluminum block 3.5 liter Rover V8 to put it in the MGB GT. It's a fantastic car. It moves great down the road. The all aluminum block V8 is actually lighter than the 4-cylinder that would have been in a normal MGB, and the car just runs and drives great. 4-speed with overdrive. It does 80 miles an hour on the highway, no problem. And I get a lot of looks in the car. It's right-hand drive, UK market car, and I love it. I've had it for about a year now, and it's just amazing.
I watch them as they fall, all their little heart attacks. They stay at the carnival, but they'll never win you back. Will I see you tonight on a downtown train?
This is a 1967 Series 2A Land Rover. I bought it in 2004 when I was in London. I imported it back. It's a fantastic vehicle. I'd have to say it's a Frankenstein because it's an amalgamation of a number of different Land Rovers before I bought it. And when I was in London, I was able to buy a lot of stuff off eBay that, you know, I've accessorized it with the Safari top. As for reliability, it is fantastic. It's never left me stranded, touch wood. Engine's very simple. The engine's actually predates the 67. I think the engine's actually is a pre-65 engine. I've fitted overdrive to it, electronic ignition, and alternator, so it's, you know, it's a little bit more modern. But otherwise, everything's mechanical in it. No power brakes, no power steering. Matter of fact, it's got what they call Land Rover VEG steering, which means you got about a 15 to 20 degree play in the steering wheel before you make contact with it.
So it's a chore to drive on the highway, but it'll do highway speeds with the overdrive. But otherwise, fantastic car.
In the early 70s, there was that Ralph Naylor stuff. We're going to ban all these convertibles for 2 days. To try to make sure
Okay, so this is a 1971 Triumph Stag. They only came to the U.S. for about 3 years before their bad reputation. They pulled them from the U.S. market. They kept making them in England for another few years until 1977. It's a Michelotti designed car. It's based off of the, I think it's a 2000 sedan, which Michelotti also did. Man, I could just talk so much about it. The reason I got this car was because I also have a 5-year-old daughter. She's 6 now, and I needed a Triumph with a back seat. This is the car for you.
London Auto Services is a small repair shop that works on British sports cars, vintage British sports cars, vintage Italian sports cars, and a whole lot of other things.
These are a bunch of cars that we've worked on.
Yeah.
Some are full restorations, some are just maybe some maintenance work.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Mike Christick from Treasured Motor Cars. We are a full-service restoration and repair facility in South Central Pennsylvania. We are the first exit off Interstate 83. We work on cars from basically about 1925 through about mid-1980s. And we do full restorations and partial. If you just have a fender you need painted, we could take care of that, or whatever the needs that you may have for your car. We work on foreign and domestic, and thank you very much.
I love what you've done with the property. Oh, thank you. Wonderful to have this all machinery here. Marvelous, marvelous. Thank you. Wonderful.
burritos, salads, burrito bowls, quesadillas, tacos. We're just here to put food in people's belly and make them smile. Hoping we're accomplishing our mission today. It's a very nice day out today.
What's the name of your outfit?
The name of the Burrito Loco from Washington, D.C. Best burrito taco place in the city.
Well, Lions are the largest service organization in the world, and today we're out trying to feed the people that come to see Britain on the Green. This is one of our fundraisers. We sell hamburgers, hot dogs, bratwurst, and the like, and every penny we make goes back into the Lorton communities. And we're happy to come out and do it every year. It's good for us, and hopefully the people are enjoying the food. But we thank the people for putting this on, and Gunston Hall, we're definitely glad to be partnered with Gunston Hall and helping them out as well. And Mason Neck Lions Club have been in existence since 1967, and we've served the Lorton communities and the Lorton Community Action Center since their inception. That's what we do, and that's what Lions do all over the world. We're over 1.4 million members strong in over 210 countries, and with 47,000 Lions Club, and each one is unique, the same as we are.
Salt Pot is a British family-run business. It's myself and my son Charlie, and we cook authentic British street food, and we serve that at British and Celtic festivals up and down the East Coast. We also do large music festivals as well. Typically it's fish and chips, we do battered bangers and chips, just really anything that's British. Mushy peas. We just brought on PG tips so you can have a proper cuppa when you're out and about. So just things that I myself miss living over here, and I know a lot of British people also miss. Here we go. Here's your battered bangers.
Great, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Found another yellow moon. This bunch of hole in the nighttime. I climb through.
It was gone when I became aware. I think it was for poor Jeff. But he had two of these. He had like a...
This one? Yep. It seems like it's just an opening. Yeah. And they're probably should.
Well, we've got a 1959 Mark IX Jaguar. Loving restoration. There's a lot of car here, a lot of real estate of metal, a lot of real estate of leather, and a lot of real estate of wood. It's a very beautiful car. It's a four-door sedan. Like I said, built in 1959. And they're pretty rare. They only built about 10,000 of these, just over 10,000. So you're not going to find very many of these, and certainly the ones that are still around are not really in very good shape. The car itself has a 6-cylinder dual overhead cam, 3.8 liter engine in it. It's the same that you'll find in other models, the Mark II and the E-Type Jaguar. It's an automatic transmission, three-speed automatic. It's actually an American automatic transmission, so it's easy to get repaired around here. Power steering, power brakes, all the luxury features you would expect in a nice, larger luxury car. Jaguar tried to compete with the Rolls and the Bentleys of the day, but they put a little bit of luxury into it, and what the Bentleys and the Rolls didn't have was the performance and the handling. And also the cost was a fraction of the Bentleys and the Rolls. So that's what you see here. It's got some of the classic features. Jaguar has that hunched here, the rear hunch of the Jaguar, leaping jag. We got a leaping jag on the hood there, as you might see. Won't find that these days because it might kill somebody. It's got the old spats, what they call the spats, and just very classic 1950s, late 1950s styling.
Well, this is a MGVA. They made them in the late 30s because England went to war in 38, 39. They stopped making them. And this car is one of, I think, 590 of cars that were made back then. And it was a classic from the start. And it's a much sought after model. It's a Tickford model. The sidebar here is a Tickford. So when you see that, that's what it signifies. Back then, they made the car and then they commissioned the body to it. So they have a sedan, and this is a four-seater, but it's a convertible.
How many miles do you have on it?
I think 715 since restoration. So it was in a museum up in New Hampshire. Then I went to Texas, and then I went to Florida, and then I went to Maine in Virginia. So it's come around.
Last award is the most special award. Scott, can you join me? Scott is the executive director for Gunston Hall. They have been an incredible partner for us for the many number of years here. And this year, the Best of Show Award has been renamed for Lionel Mitchell, our friend, our colleague, who we lost this year. So for us, it's a very, very special award. So the winner, where are you, Nancy? Come here, Nancy. Thanks, Deb. Come here. You get to stand right next to me. This is Nancy Mitchell. All right, Best of Show. 1937 Bentley, Park Ward, Shane. Here you are. Stand over there, Nancy. We do that for protection. Slide in. Let's get a good picture.
Look at me. Nancy. One more time.
Excellent.
What color was that?
10. Yeah, I did not read it again on purpose, by the way. Excellent. And thank you, Scott, for your hospitality out here. We're going to do this again next year, last Sunday in April. It'll be a beautiful, sunny day. I guarantee it. You can put my name on it. All right, thank everybody for coming. Remember, the exit is down the field in the back. Some of you will actually do that. Thank you. Thank you, Nancy.
Yeah, the one who were here. Those were nice cars. Yeah. Good to hear it. Good job.
Name of it.
Okay.
Last year's winner, it's where your name will show up.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it'll be behind one of the other plaques, so no.
And then the next year, the plaque will go over my name. Yeah. We ran out of space.
I forgot about that.
And so, well, it's like a wedding cake. You just got to keep adding bases.
It's like the Stanley Cup.
No, one of our guys is a woodworker. He just.
You mind getting the door?
Yep, I'll grab that.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
He
Thanks, man.
No.
I wouldn't have expected that. And
The 26th annual blog is finished. How did it go?
Well, of course, the weather helps. Anytime you look at the 10-day forecast and it's a beautiful 80-degree day, you know you're going to get a lot of interest from cars that would not normally come. So that part went exceptionally well. I thought the field was laid out well for the number of cars that we had, including the number of day of registration. So all that worked. And I will say, the idea of dedicating it to Lionel Mitchell was very important to us, and the fact that Nancy Mitchell came and was with us today was very special to us. So I think it all went pretty well, and I think everyone who talked to me said they can't wait for next year.
No, because that's the right thing. That's not right.